Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is a Wednesday evening, and this evening we are talking about frugal living, or preparing for frugal living is probably more to the point. If you saw the tail end of the video last night, you'll know that I need to tighten my belt, shall we say. And the easiest way for me to do that, the quickest way, is to stop spending. I have prepped for over a year now. I have got storage with different foods. I've got home canned stuff, home dehydrated. I've got shop bought stuff. I've got stuff in the freezers. I need to be using it rather than spending money. I need to save money fast. So, the first plan. See, I made notes. The first plan is to make more jam. Basically because I have these really big, like that size, freezer bags. Two of them, one full of raspberries, one half full of strawberries because I made strawberry jam at the weekend. So this weekend I need to be making jam again because I need to start clearing out the big stuff in the freezer so I can see what's further down the bottom. There's no point in having stuff in the freezer if you don't use it. And prior to this, every so often I would empty it out, rotate it, stop filling it up for a while. This time we're like, no, you need to proper eat things that are in it. So I shall be making jam this weekend in the pot on the stove so it can do rolling boil and stuff, and hopefully get rid of those two bags, and that will give me much more space to move things about in the freezer so that I can see what I've actually got, and work out how I'm going to do my food. What I want to do is I want to use the pre-cooked meals first. So things like I have here in a tub. That is a portion of sausage casserole that I found in the freezer. So that is tomorrow's dinner. It's out defrosting, so we'll get that. That will leave me tubs for when I get to the raw food in the freezer that I can then cook and make into portions. I will have the tubs there. So that's the plan so far with that. So yeah, first step is start using things that are in the freezer. The next is for breakfast. Normally I would have toast and homemade jam. See, quite smug there because homemade jam. And I would normally buy the bread on a Sunday, reduced, stick it in the freezer. I'm now on my last loaf from the freezer, but I also have in the freezer some rolls, some the part bake bread, so like petit pan, etc. So I'm going to start taking them out and using them rather than buy another fresh loaf. And I'm going to have porridge for breakfast because I've got loads of oatmeal and I've got frozen mango there, I've got honey, I've got homemade jam, I've got carnation milk, which is the evaporated milk. I can use that. So yeah, porridge is going to be, once this loaf of bread's finished, which I only opened it at the beginning of the week. So tail end of this week, I'm going to start doing porridge for breakfast with different toppings, and for lunch taking to work, because we've got a little tiny air fryer at work, I'm going to take like the little rolls that you can put in the air fryer, the part baked, and I'll use them. Or if it's fully baked rolls, I'll take them out the freezer and use them for sandwiches. So that's lunch sorted for a while. I think that's my plan anyway. Any extra veg that I find in the freezer, because I seem to have chopped a whole lot of carrots. Basically because Patrick likes carrots with his dinner. I don't particularly bother, and what I'm going to do is make carrot soup. Excuse me, because I'm much more liable to take a flask of soup with me than I am to boil up carrots for my dinner. So we shall be making soup with whatever veggies we've got. I was also thinking I could do mushroom soup because I've got so much powdered mushroom after the guy from work did the foraging last year. He's been doing it for like 20 odd years. He knows his thing. I don't even think about foraging for mushrooms, just no. But he gave us a load of mushrooms, so I dehydrated and powdered them. So I have got a jar like that size of powdered mushrooms, so I think it's time for some mushroom soup. And the next thing that I was thinking of is, what do I need to buy? Not a lot. The only thing I can think of that I would need to buy food-wise is some fresh veg. Like, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I've suddenly found roasted carrots in the air fryer. I love them. I think they're fabulous. And I eat pretty much the whole packet within a couple of days. So it's not that there's enough left for me to freeze. And also, I like fresh onions and mushrooms for frying some things. So in reality, that's really all I need to buy of a week. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I think I've got it sorted. The plans are there. We'll see how it goes. Because at the moment, I've done no spend for the last 2 to 3 weeks, which has been fine, because that's stuff I bought just recently. So I had plans for that in my head. Now I'm going to be going into the freezers and the cupboards and finding stuff I've never used before or I've forgotten that I had. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I will keep you up to date in that. But this is me preparing to be frugal. Wish me luck. Catch you later.